1-1 versus Andrew Lozano, who's playing a burn deck. He's playing counter burn.
Wow. Blue, white, red counter burn. So we've got Snapcaster Mage and Restoration Angel as more Snapcaster Mages, and then a bunch of burn spells. Listen to this: 4 Pillar, 4 Searing Spear, 4 Thunderbolt, 4 Brimstone Volley, 4 Thunderous Wrath.
All right.
Yeah, get them, just kill them as fast as possible. And then we've got a full 12 counter spells. We have 4 Syncopate, 4 Essence Scatter, and 4 Dissipate.
I like his deck.
His deck is strong. Now, he does only have 20 land. I'm not sure that I'm on board with the 20 land 4 Thunderous Wrath deck. But you know what?
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
I think I'm around more than just from the fact that Restoration Angel, Snapcaster, it's, you know, I want to flash back things with Snapcaster.
Yes.
Just for the record, Bryan Humburg has 1 draw. He's 5-0-1. Andrew Lozano is 5-1.
Yeah.
So if we're worried to lose here, Andrew Lozano will be eliminated.
Now, we don't know how they sideboarded. Andrew has, is it Staticaster, which is a card that I think is picking up a lot of popularity this weekend. We've seen it in a couple decks.
Yeah, I mean, we had it in the Nightshade Peddler deck. It
Yes.
wasn't to where we had it in other decks, which that's fairly interesting.
I've seen it in a couple other decks around the room. Having 3 toughness is quite good against a lot of the decks.
So Humburg, with his 3rd land, he has a center healer, but he does not have a green mana yet. I have to think the center healers just got to be, the best in this matchup. Humburg is missing his green. If he hits his green mana, I think he's a strong favorite here. And Lozano's going to Thunderbolt him on this.
Yeah. Now, Thunderbolt deals 3 and deals 4 to a flyer.
Yeah.
So
it kills Seraph of Dawn. That was the important part.
Kills Seraph of Dawn or Restoration Angel, or deals 3 to your face.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Seraph of Dawn obviously not like the relevant card here, but in limited that was
the guy.
That mattered. All right, 4th land for Humburg, no green. He has a negate. Yeah, Thunderbolt.
Originally from Weatherlight, I believe. This one is the Avacyn Restored version.
Another Thunderbolt. So he's just trying to bait out that negate.
That's the thing about trying to counterspell a burn deck, though, is that you don't have to counter anything until the last burn spell.
It does appear that Humburg has a Geist of St. Traft in his hand that he's just opting not to play.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. If Andrew...
He doesn't want to get counterspelled. He's playing around that counterspell. So if he's doing that, he has to negate here. Otherwise, he's not casting anything.
Yeah. So Bryan's going to 14. He's probably waiting to counter a spell that deals 4 or more damage. So he's probably waiting for the Morbided Brimstone Volley or
there we go.
Wrath.
And the Miracled Thunderous Wrath.
Now he has to negate.
You have to negate this.
So there you go.
And Lozano may counter back here.
Well, he's got Syncopate, which isn't going to do it. So he can't
unless he can put his land for the turn into play at instant
during
speed.
his upkeep, yeah. We don't have a Budoka Gardener in play, so we can't do that.
And there's the green mana for Bryan Humburg.
Just on time.
Well, he has both Sigarda and Centaur Healer and Farseek in his hand.
I think he should probably Farseek. He's at 14. He's not just dead.
And he also has Sphinx's Revelation, it appears. So it seems like most of the cards in hand all gain life.
Yeah.
This is a huge draw for him.
Quite good for Bryan. He's got multiple healers in hand, right? I see one at least. So he's going to go for the healer instead of the Farseek.
Correctly playing around Syncopate, Humburg goes back up to 17, and that really just makes Thunderbolt look like a terrible card.
Yep.
And there's the Dissipate.
Also red on time.
Steam Vents into play untapped. Lozano drops to 18. Passes the turn.
Lozano has no board presence here. Now, usually he's going to have no board presence because he's got 8 creatures.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much the only way he's going to be able to win this game, is if he manages to stick a creature and then kill everything else Bryan plays, because the burn spells are not going to be able to trade 1 for 1 with the Centaur Healer. That's a losing proposition.
Yeah.
Cavern of Souls comes down for Bryan. This likely names Angel, because he has Sigarda in hand and also has Restoration Angel and Angel of Serenity in his deck.
Right.
It could theoretically name Beast if he really wants to resolve the Thragtusk.
It's on Angel.
It is on Angel.
Sigarda.
And there's Sigarda.
All right, Lozano's got to get the motor going on dealing damage here.
This
is
he
passing the turn?
Bryan is passing the turn, yes.
No attacks then.
which is kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't see what he's terribly
Is he
worried
passing
about.
the turn, or did he just pass priority?
I'm not sure. We'll probably see by how this plays out.
Well, he could be playing around Restoration Angel here.
I see. Yeah, that would make sense.
That makes sense. I think that once you have Sigarda, though, does that fight even matter?
Yeah, I don't really want to give the burn player too many extra draws.
Yeah, I think it would be more worth it to get the 3 damage in here. That puts him down to 15, and you've got 8 power on the board, assuming your guy gets in.
Lozano has 8 points of burn in hand and 2 counter spells, so he's still 9 short.
Yeah. He's gonna go for it though.
Well, yeah,
the best way he can. Yeah. This is his only option at this point. That's one of the problems with this style of deck. He has no card draw. In traditional blue-red counterburn decks have something.
Right. I mean, the biggest is, and then there's the Sphinx's Revelation waiting in his opponent's hand, and
yeah.
that's just miserable.
So Andrew, now with 6 of his 20 lands in play, able to hardcast the Thunderous Wrath in hand if he so chooses.
The problem is that if he end-step Thunderous Wrath, he's going to get a very rude surprise in a Sphinx's Revelation.
In the Sphinx's Revelation for 4. Thunderous Wrath is going to be dealing a damage.
And drawing Bryan.
And Bryan will draw 4 cards. So I see no reason why not to attack with both creatures here. The 3/3 is not actually that relevant.
Like, if you're really worried about Restoration Angel, I mean, I don't see you're going to attack. Yeah.
Now we're going to get in. We're done playing around Restoration Angel.
Yeah, Lozano's at 10.
I imagine Bryan is going to pass here. Yeah. No need to get greedy with the Farseek in hand or the Geist of St. Traft. He's got plenty of power on the board. No reason to play at sorcery speed.
No, he wants to play around the counterspell, and the best thing he can do then is wait for Lozano to make a move.
Yeah.
Lozano's clearly in a bad spot.
I think the best way for Bryan to lose this game is to try and cast this Geist of St. Traft here. He doesn't know that Andrew doesn't have Rolling Tremblor or something similar.
I think he's getting a little trigger happy.
Even if he does, it doesn't matter. Because let's say this thing resolves. I guess then it puts him on a 1-turn clock. But if it doesn't resolve, it's still a 2-turn clock.
Right. I mean, it's just fine. He's going to have to dissipate it. But
Yeah,
Lozano,
not that big a deal.
Just having no out here.
Yeah, Lozano has no out. He's out. I take that back. His out is...
He's far too behind on the board.
Double Thunderous Wrath, I guess? Yeah, he's just far too behind. There's no way he can... He drew all these counterspells late. His opponent had Cavern of Souls. Looks like Bryan is likely going to win this game.
Yes.
So, Bryan, remember, was our 5th undefeated.
Well, he's not. Sorry, he's X0-1.
Oh, he's X0-1. Oh, Lozano.
He's undefeated.
Lozano was
5-1. This is not the undefeated match.
I see. Oh, so this actually throws a wrench in the works.
Yes, this will eliminate Lozano from top 8 contention.
So there's the Thunderous Wrath, and there's the Sphinx's
Revelation.
So that's not a great trade for Andrew Lozano.
It's an understatement.
Not an ideal situation. Bryan's going to go to 15. No, he's going to go to 13 after that.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to have to try and find the Bonfire of the Damned that's not in his deck. Looks like that is it. Bryan with a handful of cards, Andrew with a grip of counterspells, with a couple of creatures already on board. Trying to figure out if there's any way he can lose here.
Nope. So, swing with the Hexproof guy, and there we go. There's the game.
Swung with just the Hexproof guy there, because if a Restoration Angel had come down, it would have just chump blocked instead of taken out the Centaur Healer. But at that point, it was, didn't matter. No. Lozano, I mean, the problem with having a deck with no creatures, that a creature presence that can just be so strong that you, like, even from opening hands, you can tell all that needs to happen is Bryan needs to hit the green mana. And the moment he does, the
the whole game's unlocked.
Andrew's plan there was his plan in this tournament was to counter the one Thrag Tusk that was going to matter.
Right.
I guess, with the 12 counter spells.
The problem is then there was a Cavern of Souls on that pivotal turn. He goes for Sigarda.
And also, Centaur Healer is a card that trades with one of your cards at that point. I mean, I'm not sure I love the